Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Too late.
Sarah,
All right, we're live?
Yep.
Okay,
so this is just the workshop meeting.
Running a little late because of technical difficulties.
Yes.
all right. Do we want to start first with our engineer, Don?
okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead, Don.
Okay, item number one. I'm not happy with this item, but this concerns the recreation building. Lawson was scheduled to return Friday, October the 1st to complete the caulking at the rear fascia gutter near the generator, grade 5 feet from the rear of the building, install topsoil and seed, reseal the front door, and he farmed out the women's room and kitchen room to another contractor who's going to repair those ceilings professionally. Unfortunately, I have to report that he was supposed to report on Friday, October 1st. He never showed up. Talked to Joe Dursa today, and according to Joe, Lawson's scheduled to come in this Friday. That's all I can tell council. Hopefully he will show up. But the good news is he's going to farm out the kitchen, the ladies' room and the kitchen, and redo those ceilings.
Do you have any idea when that's supposed to happen, Don?
No, no, I don't. I couldn't get a date.
See if Joe can contact him to find that out, because within the next month or so, we want to try to do
He
our.
just said
opening.
he's supposed to be coming in Friday, right, Dawn?
Yeah, he's coming in Friday to do the first 3 items, but not item number 4.
Not his contractors, though. We want to know when his contract's going to come in and finish the inside of the building now that we.
Right. Yeah. Well, that can be done anytime. It's nothing critical.
Make sure they cover the floor so we don't get no marks on that.
Right.
Okay. What else?
Okay, next item. I'm going to skip the CD 46 Liberty Way, and I'm going to skip the CD 46 demolition. They're old news. Their projects have been completed, but I understand they had another water break on the Liberty Way, and Joe said he will make sure that they repair that with it properly. Okay, the CD 47 demolition, the contract was awarded to Minifield Demolition. That's 1483 Romine and 1726 Romine Rear. And the COG did send out the contracts to Minifield. They're waiting for the bonds and the certificates of insurance. Now, the next item I forgot to put on my agenda was CD 47 paving. And that was awarded to El Grande, and that's for Joy Street and Johnson Street. And the COG also sent out contracts to El Grande and told El Grande to get in his certificates of insurance and certificates of insurance and bonds. So, those contracts are in their hands.
All right.
The C2021 CD CITF grant or paving was denied. That's old news. Now, the 2021 GEDTF, I applied for paving of Pleasant, Bel Air, Elmwood, Highland, Portview Avenue, Lowell, Monroe, Block Alley, Dover Alley, Brushton, and Oakland Alley. I also submitted an application for demolition of 1822 Trimble, 1425 Washington, 1027 Lowell, 1006 Monroe, 1801 New York, and 1109 Norwood. Under the 2021 GTRP, if you recall, I submitted a grant application for a walking trail in the amount of $188,218. I do know that they were talking and entertaining that application about 2 weeks ago, but I haven't heard anything. Have you heard anything, Melissa?
No, I have not at this point.
Okay, well, the good news is there's no news. Okay, under CD 48, the following pre-apps were submitted to COG for demo of 1818 Tacoma, 1820 Tacoma, 1706 New York, 1109 Norwood. And Also, street paving under CD 48. I submitted Block Alley, Dover Alley, Block Alley again in a different location, Crossland Avenue, and Dover Avenue. And under the 2021 demolition, we're waiting for asbestos reports from KU Engineering for 1820 Tacoma, 1818 Tacoma, 1124 Burbank, and 1706 New York. Now I have the plans and the specs all completed. As soon as I get the asbestos report, we'll put that out to bid.
All right.
The municipal restrooms, if you recall, a couple months ago, I sent a report with costs, and that is in council's ballpark. You need to decide if you're going to do anything with those restrooms.
Well, Donnie, we were talking about, since we got the new employee who does, we might be using him a lot to do all this stuff. So
That's good. That's good. And
so we'll go by your list and then go.
yeah, we'll be happy to provide any guidance, you need.
Right. That's what we're looking forward to. Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
I believe that completes my report.
Hey, Melissa.
Yes.
Remember I brought up 1215 Barkley. You were supposed to send Mark Lazaro to go check it out for demo, maybe?
Yeah, Diane called you back on that today. She said that you called and inquired about it. She said she called you back, but I don't know if you were busy. But yeah, he did that back on October 20th of 2020.
And what did he report?
Let me pull the actual report.
All right. Thank you.
While she's doing that, under the CD 47 paving, that's Joy Street and Johnson Street.
Okay.
Do you have any idea when they're going to start that, Don?
No, but I'll find out tomorrow. And I do know that he's running out of work, so it should be pretty soon.
And what about the other streets that we had that we had one bid opening on?
Which one was that? We're awarding that tonight, aren't we?
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
We are?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's all the, to answer Ken's questions, all the normal fire hazard, danger, possibility of structural collapse, vermin infestation. There's more things that are not compliant than are compliant. He had it marked last year whenever I forwarded this to everyone, that it was a medium priority. So that was, at the end of October last year.
Yeah, it's been bad for years, not just last year. So
I'm just going by the report.
Yeah, we better get that on the demo list then.
Kenny, is that the one at the bottom or up on the top?
It's on the bottom there. It's at the bottom corner of Pike and Barkley.
I see. Okay, I know. Yeah, that one's bad.
Yeah, that's not the one that no.
Right. I know.
Okay.
And
All right.
they've been cited too. I have copies of citations in here.
Right. Okay.
Ordinance,
Okay,
but
Dawn.
Thank you.
you're
Hey,
welcome.
Melissa, I have a question. Greg asked about the 2021 bituminous paving. That's Dart Alley, Bruston Alley, Portview Avenue, and Monroe Street. Are we awarding that tonight?
I think that is on the agenda. Let me look here real quick.
I don't see it.
I don't see it either.
Oh, no, we can't. We are not awarding that because you only had the motion that we are ratifying this month to do the advertising for it.
And we opened bids.
So
We did the bid opening and there was one bidder.
Yeah, we opened the bids and there was only one bidder.
okay, so Patty, I'm going to ask you to provide legal guidance on this because I tried to explain to both Greg and everyone that we have, because he didn't have the motion at last month's meeting, I have to ratify it this month.
But couldn't we ratify it, Patty, and still do the motion after the ratify?
So what we're going to do is ratify,
The motion to advertise last month.
That's on that's on this agenda.
Is
okay,
that 28?
Okay. And so we advertised, we need to ratify the motion that enabled us to advertise.
Right,
You got your responses to that advertisement, just one.
right.
And now you want to know, can we award it?
Yes,
Right.
Yes.
right, okay.
Dawn, do you have, and maybe we want to put on the record, why, based on your experience, we only got one?
Yeah, you know what? We opened bids up Trafford the same day, and we only got one bid there also. I found out, I've called several contractors. They're telling me two things. Number one, they're really tied up, they're busy, and they can't get materials, and they're not bidding.
That's the problem.
Melissa, are you okay with that?
Okay, so this is, I think this is what the question was. Because we did this after the meeting last month,
Okay.
it was already past our meeting date. So there was discussion about Dawn getting this bid spec out there. So that's why we're ratifying this month. I thought that we could not make the motion to ratify the advertisement and to also ratify or accept the award in the same meeting.
Patty said we could, so we'll do
I
it.
don't, you know what, Melissa, I don't know why we couldn't.
Okay,
The action was taken previously. We're acknowledging that it was taken outside of a meeting.
Okay,
We're ratifying it, we're approving it. It was done. We got a response. We can award it.
okay, but we can't award it if it's not on the agenda though, because it's not on the agenda to award it.
That's a different issue. It wasn't on the agenda. If it's not on the agenda, you're right. Under the new rules,
But we can ratify it next month. We can award, but ratify the award next month.
Yes. Is everybody following the discussion?
yes.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, I mean, this is just an issue that's created by the changes in posting our agenda.
But
And
can
so-
we start the project though?
No.
Well, but you're meeting in 2 weeks. You're meeting November, what is it?
Oh, that's right.
Third.
Yeah,
3rd.
right.
So,
Yeah, sorry.
in an abundance of caution, we'll ratify the
okay.
motion tonight, award it November 3rd, and then you can work.
All
All
right,
right.
okay. Anything else? Go on, Dawn?
No, yeah, now I have a question. The low bidder, well, the only bidder was El Grande in the amount of $98,699.50. Do I send him a letter to tell him to start?
No.
No, tell them action will be taken on November 3rd.
Okay, let me mark that down.
Okay.
Well, don't you think by then it might be too late to even do it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
depends on the weather. Yeah, you're running into bad weather now.
They're gonna close the plants down. They usually close them down November 1st.
Yeah,
Yep.
You know what, guys? You don't want to have a special meeting to do it. I mean, there's really no way around it.
This is a
It
pain.
has to be on the agenda. We got to do it right.
Let's just do what we have to do and we'll talk about it with them.
Yeah.
All right?
so you might be looking at this job in the spring then.
Yep.
Well, we'll see. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
You know what, guys? I mean, there's, just because of my work with the ski resorts, I can tell you they're hoping for a cold, a cold snap in November. They do not see it coming. So there may be an opportunity to get it done.
Right. Let's just make some calls and figure this one out. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Dawn. Anything else?
No, that's all the bad news I have.
Okay,
Thanks, Don.
go to our mayor. Brian.
I'm good. I just have my statistics for the meeting, that's all.
Okay, next up, who wants to go? Bobby,
Yeah, I got a lot to go with here
go ahead.
on this recreation. Want to report on the rec center and the progress that's going. We had the barrier security installed, the pin pad fob system, but Melissa has to get trained on operation and how to function the keypads versus the fob. So it's going to take a few steps for that to happen. So once we get that in order, then we should be up and ready because the kitchen we got the kitchen done. We got to put one little countertop in and buy a refrigerator. I took pictures and that's it. Everything else is done in there on our end. So, what else? Oh yeah, and I talked to the concrete guy yesterday, Mark, about that sealing them floors in there.
Joe told me all about it and I told the administration.
Okay, so we're just going to postpone that for now.
There's no
Yeah.
postponement. He's now saying that you don't have to do it, so we'll do what they recommend, the engineer.
All right. Well, I'm recommending then that we talk to Cintas and get the rubber mats, and just line the whole, not the whole thing, probably 6 mats will do it from the entrances around to the bathrooms and the kitchen. And you got rubber mats and I think that'll work fine.
Go ahead.
And well, Lori DeMarco requested the use of the rec center last week for the youth group and going forward for the second Wednesday of every month in the evening for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
So
Go
she
ahead.
wants to do it the second Wednesday. That's all she wants is the second Wednesday. They will start their youth group at the social hall like normal. And then the last hour and a half, they will go down and play kickball or whatever with the kids in the rec center. Now, do we discuss on how we want that to work or?
You know what, Bob? Yeah, I can tell you, I talked to Dougie too, and I think it'd be best if we set up a separate meeting just about all this rec center stuff. We have those forms over there, but they're not completed.
Right.
Melissa got to get trained on the key fobs. The signs won't be coming for another 3 weeks.
No.
So I talked to administration. They think if we chart for December the 1st for the opening of the recreation, hopefully in the next 4 to 5 weeks, we can get everything else in the paperwork and the key fobs and everything in line. That'll give us a little time to get everything ready. So, and so Doug wants to try to have a separate meeting just on all this. Of course, the fees, who's charging, who isn't, inside, outside, all that stuff. And then we'll get Patty these questions once we sit down and meet.
And Patty, question, when will insurance take effect on personnel using that?
On personnel,
People using the building,
as soon as Melissa, I'm sure she's already added it. We may have had a builder's risk policy, but as soon as it's on, it will take effect. As soon as it's
It's
added
on.
to our policy.
It's already been added to our policy.
Sure.
Okay, good. All right.
All right. So that's the shoot for date, and then we'll pick a meeting date. Everyone can let us know what your availability is. Maybe we can meet, sometime next week.
All right, because I got probably 12, and I just got another request today, and at least 12 people wanting to rent it and starting as soon as we can.
Tell them December 1st to start, and if we can get anything sooner, we will, but let's try to work with that start date. That'd give us some time to tie all these loose ends up.
Hey, Mark,
right.
Yes.
who at the borough is going to handle reservations for the community center?
Well, that's another thing the administration talked about. So we'll have the forms. We got to go over these forms, make sure they're all in order with what you put down and all the fee schedules and everything in writing, agree on it. And then they'll be available at the Borough building, just like they are when they rent the downstairs hall or they rent a pavilion outside. Melissa will have the forms available there. And the people can pick them up or fax them or email, whatever. And we want to get everything filled out properly to make sure that they sign off from the indemnity clause. So everything is covered for the borough. And then they'll be turned back in, and then copies could be made. Melissa will keep the original, give Bobby a copy so he can go over it with his committee and then do the scheduling of it. All right, how's that sound?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
do everything there, and then they can pay their fees and everything and get their keys or their fobs or whatever we're gonna get set up. That way everything goes through the borough, because then we'll know what's going on, all right?
Yep.
Hey, Ken, I'm looking into quite a possible moneymaker for down there. And
Okay.
how about a golf simulator?
That would be neat. Yeah. That would be real nice.
That could bring in 20, at least $80 a night for a 2-hour session. And I know we could fill every slot down there. I'll fill you on, I looked into it, and cost is probably about $5,000 for something like that.
I'll
But
talk
we
to you.
could look into that later.
Yeah, I'll talk to you tomorrow then. Yeah.
And American Natural delivered the diesel above ground tank, 500 gallons, free of charge, as long as we use their fuel. And also about this, I have this plastic flooring that I could get from one of our people but they're looking to trade, as in a trade for that tar kettle that's been sitting around that was supposed to be sold and it's not sold. So the plastic stuff would go on the floor in the rec center in case we would at some point need to put it down to have an event in there with tables and chairs, and it would save the wear and tear on the turf.
So Patty,
That's the stuff you were showing me, right?
the
Yeah,
question,
that plastic.
Yeah.
advertised the tar kettle, we got one, the lowest bidder, we gave it to him and he's never come through in the last 8 months to buy it. So what do we have to do? Can we make a deal with this other vendor that has these plastic things that we can use on the floor? Or do we have to re-advertise it to do that or something, or what?
Okay, so we advertised this 8 or 9 months ago, awarded it to the lowest bidder.
And he never come through and paid, and he isn't coming through and paying. He was given the opportunity 15, 20 times to take care of it, and he obviously he doesn't interested in it now.
What was he bidding on?
The tar kettle that Bobby's talking about.
Oh, okay. So this is we were selling it?
Right, it's a piece of equipment that's about 6 years or more older that we have, and the borough guys don't use it, and this paver was interested in it now.
Oh, okay, okay. Hey, Dawn, that's kind of an oddball situation, but I would just send him a letter and indicate that, it's clear that, that we consider his lack of action as lack of interest in purchasing it, and we're going to move forward with the sale to another party. I can help Melissa with that letter.
Okay,
Works.
All right.
That works.
Yeah,
Okay,
I could get up to 3 of those pallets, which would cover approximately 2,100 square foot of that grass field. And if you section them off, each section is about 2,000 square feet. So that would cover a whole section if you would partition the field off. So that would be enough to do that. And they're
Okay.
lightweight, they're easy to handle, easy to store.
so does it cover the whole field, Bobby, or just 1/3 of it?
It will cover
1/3.
1/3. The deal I was looking to make, the three pallets would cover 1/3 of the field, which if you pull the curtain, that's 1/3. Or you could do it if you have the whole field, you could probably do like 1/3 of it long ways too. So or you could do it, you could put it in wherever you want to put tables or chairs, or you know what I mean? You can put the
Does he
stuff
have
wherever you
more?
want it.
Does he have more of it that could possibly do the whole field or no?
That's about almost 7,000 square feet. That would be like 10 of these pallets.
Does he have that many or no?
I don't know. I'd have to
Okay.
check.
We could talk about that when we
Yeah.
come up with this
Yeah.
meeting. Okay, what else?
And the cleaning and janitor, once we get everything squared away and we're getting ready to open, I'm suggesting we bring John Interstate Cleaning in to give it one good once over, clean everything real nice, because there's still dust in there. Once we get it done, then we could do the daily maintenance, check the bathrooms and stuff like that. But I would suggest we bring John in on an as needed basis if we have to.
All right, he's
to-
supposed to
to-
give us spec up to Melissa for that, so we can look at all that. Okay, what else?
And wow. We got light up night discussion. We were looking towards like a December 2nd date.
What day is that, Bobby?
That's a Thursday.
Is there any way we can do the light up one or the other on Friday and do maybe the grand opening Thursday a possibility so we can get all this done? Or is Friday no good for light up for you guys?
Yep. Like I said, that's up to those guys. I mean, we got to decide too, are we going to be decorating that building? You know, I got to figure out what all we're going to be decorating, where we're going to have light up night. Are we going to have Santa Claus with, you know, the kids sitting on Santa's lap? Is this something we should think about before we even venture into this?
Because
Yeah.
of COVID, Patty, what do you think about that? Even having a Santa or doing it virtual or some other way or what?
Well, you know what, Mark, obviously, that's not a legal decision at this point in time because a lot of the mitigation measures have been eliminated. However, best practice probably would not recommend having kids sit on Santa's lap. And getting that close. I mean, you can do alternate activities. You can have it outside, weather permitting. You can do a lot this year that you couldn't do last year, but I don't think we're at the point where the kids sit on Santa's lap. What does everybody think?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I
I say
agree.
by ear. It's only October. See how the
Right.
mitigation effort come December and then play it by ear.
Well,
And
the whole thing,
since-
Brand, is we're looking at it first week of December for this, so we have to have all our ducks in a row before we decide whether to do that or not.
I mean,
You
you
know,
can
it's right around the bend.
Way. Figure out how you're going to do it at that point. Maybe have kids on a microphone like we do at a council meeting or something like that, like how we do with the council meeting. Play
So
it by ear
why
first.
don't
You
we-
can do everything else.
Yeah, why don't we talk about it? And Bob, you had that one time outside in the pavilions. That was really nice.
Well, I
Maybe
planned
we
on
could-
having it outside again. We were going to do it outside. Same thing,
Right.
in the pavilion, fire barrels down in the lot and all that
Right,
stuff.
right.
It's just a
Okay.
matter, do we want Santa Claus sitting in a chair with kids?
Well,
I think that's a decision that can be made last minute, in my opinion.
Right, and the rec and the administration committee can talk about it, but I like Brandon's idea. You just keep them apart so far, and maybe you have a little microphone with one little
Yeah.
speaker for them to talk or not.
Do
maybe not
everything
talk
else
to,
like we normally do. Yeah. I mean,
yeah,
Have-
or just let the kids talk out loud to them,
Have Santa back further and then like 6 feet and the kids can look at him.
Right,
Right.
we'll figure
Yeah.
out something. All right.
So what
But-
date?
The
Well,
question is,
we
let's-
usually do it the first week in December, so that would be December 2nd is a Thursday, the 3rd is a Friday.
yeah, now let's talk about the opening. We want to have at the beginning of December too, the grand opening for the rec center. Do we want that on a Thursday or a Friday? Maybe Thursday's a better time. Do we want it at night, like, whatever, 6 o'clock, or do we want it at 7 o'clock, or do we want it in the afternoon? I know some guys, everybody works, so what are you thinking there? Maybe we can do them both, one after the other, one or the other.
No, you can't do both.
No,
Okay.
I meant Thursday one, the
Oh,
grand opening,
okay.
and Friday, the
Right, right.
light up.
Thursday's the cog dinner.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, so maybe a Wednesday then.
Wednesday's our
meeting night.
council meeting.
Okay, well, let's figure out a date. We can talk about that later. But we want to try to get them both done in that time. What else, Bobby?
And well, we got leaf pickup. We're going to be starting that probably right after Veterans Day.
Okay,
So Melissa's going to advertise, get their leaves they're still green right now. So I'm shooting for probably the second week of November if
All right.
it ain't snowing. And
Oh,
so I'm a little busy here.
okay.
I
you can
already
see.
put it on the website.
Okay.
So now you got to do it, Bob.
Yeah. And that's all I got, if that ain't enough.
Okay. All right, how about next? Debbie?
I can read my report when we start the council meeting.
Okay, Brandon?
I just had two things and it's not really anything to discuss. One thing I screwed up on when we ordered the boat. I missed an invoice for $93 for a switch panel that we ordered with it. Apparently it wasn't with the boat. If we could pay that out of our fire fund, it's $93. I
Comes out of
apologize.
your pocket.
Okay,
That comes out of your
should be fine.
pocket.
Everybody okay?
No, it comes out of
Yeah.
his pocket.
I meant to
Yeah.
email about that. I didn't mean to bring it up without telling you, but I just got it today.
We got 6 votes yes and 1 no.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, Brandon.
And then the only other two things I had, I wanted to get a couple fire helmets because I got a boatload of new people down here out of the fire fund. If I didn't email you about that either, Ken. And then Yeah,
Oh, he
that's.
gets on council and he starts slacking. What the hell?
The only thing I have is Christmas trees are coming up for the fire department. What is it? The day after Thanksgiving. So.
Hey,
Okay,
Brandon,
good.
Brandon, you want to bring up about some airbags?
Yeah. What's the
You
fire
wanna-
fund? I didn't get to talk to Kenny at all about anything.
Okay.
Well, let him talk to Kenny and then we'll bring it.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to go about it. And then, because in 2 weeks we meet again and we'll go from there.
Okay.
right.
I don't want to leave this committee.
Okay. Anything else, Brandon, right now? No?
Oh, that's all. That's all.
Okay,
Thank you.
how about we'll go to Greg.
Greg, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I had one question for Don, but he already answered that when we were talking earlier. The second thing is Brian and Chief Petruski. I want to thank them guys for this report that they put together with these citations. If anybody looked at their paperwork, there's 27 citations. There was 40 of them altogether. 30 of them were in our pamphlet, and of the 30 citations, 26 of them were from people outside of the borough. That tells me, and most of the citations were written along Romine and Washington Boulevard. That tells me that because of this bridge situation, we're getting a lot of people coming through our borough and aren't obeying the law. I think we need to do that a couple more times. I don't remember, Brian, how many times you guys did that, because obviously I was under the weather, and that was all done in September. And I think we should continue doing that, and maybe throw in a daylight shift one time if you can get the officers to work. I think that was very productive.
We could do it again, but if you look, they're actually doing it routinely now. 5 of the 7 officers are running traffic.
Okay, well, like I said, I'm a little bit behind on this. I just happened to look at all these citations that are printed in our booklet, and I went through every one of them, and every one of them, like I said, there's 26 of them out of 30 that weren't residents of the borough. I mean, and that tells me that they're not paying attention to the law. And I think we need to do that. And also, Brian, I think we should try doing it during the day too, because when I was in quarantine, I sat on my porch a lot, and you know where I'm going with this. I got 3 stop signs in front of my house that, believe me, if I was an officer, I could have made this borough a lot of money.
I'll talk to the chief.
Okay.
All right. What else,
And
Greg?
then the other thing is, I want to thank Portview Borough Council.
Hang in there.
Take your time, Greg.
For their
Okay.
sympathy and kindness. Thank you. I'm done.
Welcome, and we're
That's
sorry,
good.
Greg, and we're right with you, and we'll help you all we can. You know that. So just hang in there, and hopefully we can all just help you out and get stronger, and you just move on and keep doing
Right.
what we've been doing, helping the people.
I practiced this. I thought I was going to be able to get through it too, but
No, you won't. No.
it's tough.
No, it's okay, Greg.
All right. Okay, we'll give him a little break. How about we go with Kenny?
I don't have much. I just had a question. Melissa, I see we have the motion to join the land bank. Did we
George.
inform them before the deadline in October to get on it for next year?
Yes, I told them
Okay.
that we were going to do the ordinance, but then, of course, COVID hit me.
Right.
So that delayed the meeting. Then Ann had sent me an email, was it last week? And she asked what the status, I think, was of it. And I said, our meeting was delayed. It is on our agenda. It has been advertised.
Okay, so then we're a go then, right?
As long as you guys approve it.
Okay, no, I just thought there was a deadline of like October 17th or something. That's why I was wondering. but
Okay.
as long as
And
she's
then-
accepting it.
That's why she reached out.
Okay,
But
good.
again, with the office closed and us
Right.
canceling the meeting.
Yeah, I'm just double checking it to see if we're still in, that's all.
All right, Ken, what else?
Nothing much. I've been doing a lot of hearings every other Wednesday. I got a fire report from our police, fire chief here, and that's about it.
Okay. And Patty, anything for the execs or work session?
This is, obviously it's public part of the meeting. Just want everybody to be aware, reminder that we're having public hearings on November 3rd for
November.
properties that we plan to condemn and demolish. I will tell you, I'm already receiving calls on a couple of them. Parties are expressing an interest in either purchasing them or getting them cleaned up. And so I've explained, this is going to be a little tricky because we're going to, at least as far as we know now, we're going to be on Zoom. So I've asked them to submit either an email or a letter to me so that I can read it into the record. I'm a little concerned about, people having technical difficulties in being heard for this purpose. So I'm sending them out an additional letter indicating that they need to email me or send me a letter so I can read their position into the record. So we'll see how that goes. And, but I anticipate that there will be some interest in some of those properties.
Anything else, Patty, for the work? Got a few minutes. Is that it, Patty?
No, one other thing. Melissa knows that we had to send letters to people who were allegedly tenants in the two properties on Tacoma. I have verified, and Melissa assisted in verifying that those properties are now empty. They will be part of the properties being treated for asbestos. But I just want to caution that because people have had access to those properties, just make sure the contractor checks and make sure that those structures are vacant. I'm just worried they're going to move back in.
Maybe
Yeah.
Bobby, you can check with the police too. Okay, anything else, Patty?
That's all I have.
All right, how about you, Melissa, for the work session? You want to give us some?
Yeah,
update?
I can go over just a few things. Mark, I'd like you to report on the call that I deferred to you from the elections division today regarding poll workers.
Okay, yes, I received a call from the elections department in Pittsburgh, and they got a major problem with 3 out of 4 of our polling places to get people to work. As a judge of elections, they need a couple of those, and then they also need workers at the polling places. Now, years ago, they paid whatever, $120. They're now paying $150 for poll workers, plus they pay you another $20 for you just to take a little tutorial on a computer about, what to do or whatever. There will be other people there to help. It's just, they can't get enough people. They have the same problem that everybody has, can't get enough workers to work at this stage of the game. The judge of elections gets $175 instead of $150 plus $20 more to do their little tutorial, and they'll help you through everything. So if you know anybody, it can't be any of candidates. Okay, so none of us can help out if we're candidates. But if you know anybody that would be interested in working, and hopefully people are listening in too, if they know anybody or somebody who wants to work, let us know. You can let Melissa know, let me know, Mark, maybe the mayor, whatever. Brian, I was going to ask you to see if you can put it
Sure.
on your Facebook
Sure.
and see if we can get some workers. And I said to the lady, what are you going to do if you don't get no workers? She said, well, we had people come from McKeesport and other places, but we just don't have enough. They started in July advertising and they don't have it. I said, well, maybe you got to conglomerate these 4 polling places into maybe 1 or 2. And she says, well, that'll be a thought, but we're not allowed to do that at this time. So I don't know what they're going to do, but if anybody knows anybody can help out just for this election, then contact Melissa, whatever, Brian or myself or whoever, and we'll get you a phone number down at the county and you can call in and talk to the lady. All right?
Yep.
So that's one issue. Go ahead, Melissa. What else you got?
Mark, do you want to report on the DEP requirements
Oh, yeah.
and the fuel tanks update for us?
Yeah.
I did send in the deposit, so we're just waiting for him to receive the deposit and get us scheduled. But if you could take it from there.
Yeah, back, you guys remember about 6 months or whatever ago, we had a company come in and look at our bottom of our tank, something about, Bobby knows, these airbags. Anodes that check whatever, and they're supposedly not working. So he must have sent everything in to the state, and they contacted us to say that we either got to close these or we got to fix the whole grounds. And it was over, started off at 28,000. It went as high as 90 some thousand, and it kept going. So the agent called and says, we want you to close up shop in 30 days. And we talked to him. I gave him a call and I explained to him, we still got some fuel. Can we use it up? It's taxpayers' money. We don't want to waste this fuel. So he gave us a 90-day extension. Well, since that time, we had another guy come in and his bid was in the 90,000 and up range. And then I called the DEP agent and I says, hey, these prices are crazy. We're going to quit doing the gas. And that's why Bobby got the tank. But can we wait a while? And he said, he had me call somebody he knew, and we called this guy. The $90,000 bids or 80,000 or above we got, this guy will do it for $10,300. He said he's going to come in one day, dig it all up, and within the second day he should be done. Now, of course, we'll have to repave it. And the same thing with the other guy. What they do is dig up the tank, pull it above ground. They will fill it with fumes, carbon dioxide or whatever they have to fill it. They cut the ends of the tank open, and then they go in and they got to scrape all the sludge out, and that's considered hazardous. That'll cost some money to get rid of, depending how much is there. And then they junk the tank. Then they take it to a scrapyard, and then they'll take it once. But this guy does everything for the DEP, does all the paperwork, all the stuff. And he said it's a good thing we keep paying what we have for the tank, storage tank UST fund, because he said he possibly could save us another $5,000 out of that tent. So that's going to be, Melissa did some of the paperwork. Dawn's going to be involved to make sure we do it all and everything's happy. The DEP agent's happy we're doing it. And I think they estimated that come in the month of November and get this done. Okay. So we may have to live with just stones above it for the winter, unless somehow we can patch it in or whatever. All right. So that's a big savings we're going to save. Hopefully it all goes right.
Okay, so the next thing I had, Patty's working on the ordinance for the rules and regulations for the recreation area, comfort station pavilions, the rec center rules. So she's in the process of finalizing those. So we should probably have something within the next week or so on that.
All right.
And about repeat offenders and what we can do there.
Good.
Also, I had 2 calls, 2 different residents, one at 804 Arlington and one near the 1700 block of Meyer Avenue. Both were complaining there's like an issue with maybe 4 or 5 cats in each of those areas. I did forward counsel all the information from Sonia Cruz. She works at Pleasant Hills Pet Hospital. It's anywhere, depending on what the cat needs, between 65 and 90 per cat. She can do one area at a time. And that's, a council decision, how you want to proceed there.
So she's going to volunteer her time for free.
That's right.
And through her vet, she's getting it done at half price to get the cats neutered, spayed, whatever it's called.
More than half. Yeah.
Release them back in, but she'll do one area at a time. So is everybody seem okay with that? I mean, I think that's great.
Yep. Yes.
Would you like to pick? Go ahead, Patty.
Do you think you ought to, you have no contract with this
Do something
person.
there, right?
And do you think you ought to say that the amount of procedures cannot exceed X each month, or put some limitation? You're going to be paying costs, not her time.
Right.
So do you want to say this amount can't exceed $200 a month. I think you need to have some limitations.
Okay, well, we can do that. We can't do it tonight, right, Patty? We can do it for a 2 weeks meeting?
Yeah, it's not, it just wasn't on the agenda. You're right.
Okay, okay, we'll get something together. Melissa, work with Patty to get something together for the next meeting. All right, what else?
And
Melissa?
it'll depend on, I may
Doesn't-
get months where there's nothing, but
Right.
just so happened in the past little over a month, I had 2 calls and I told both residents that I would bring it up to council and, that we were kind of in the process of, figuring it out once we heard from residents and the public.
And that'll be one thing that started, then you have, another person interested in moving forward. We don't know where that is status, but, that this should help out our little problem. All right, anything else, Melissa?
Yes, I have a couple more things. I just wanted to let everybody know that Minifield, that's who was awarded the CDBG demolition for 1726 and 1483 Romine, come in and filled out their building permits. So I sent those over to the building inspector. So hopefully that's going to be happening here within the next month. I'm pretty confident of that. Just a couple little notes, the annual Halloween parade is canceled due to the pandemic. Eddie Jones called me. The borough has had an increase in the borough's insurances through EMC. It was like about 2%, but I attribute most of that, and I think I put the breakdown in the files. I attribute most to, we purchased 2 new vehicles and the rec center is on there. The biggest increase came from the workman's comp because now we have additional full-time officer. So that's where those increases came in. The health insurance went up 2% as well. We did receive the state aid. It was definitely down. So the police pension is fully funded. This will be deferred to the Teamsters pension, but it doesn't even completely cover the Teamsters pension. So we're still responsible. I don't know if Bobby, did you report on the ceiling of the courts today? J&M was down there.
No,
no.
Dawn didn't know, but I was gonna say, Joe called right before the meeting and said that they did the ceiling of the area down there with the courts, and then they'll come back and do the line painting. They want to get it done this year. They'll do that in the next week or 10 days. And they were just going to paint white lines because the colored stuff is much, much more expensive.
That's all we
Along
need.
with
White lines.
That's all.
And
White.
I wanted to report also the 2018 delinquent real estate taxes were up to be leaned. So you'll see that on the agenda as well. Those are $60 per lien, and that's done through Keystone. That'll be $8,100. Let's see, I think. End of report.
Okay, Melissa, I got a couple of
Thank you.
things.
I got a
Melissa,
question
I got a
too.
couple things before we go into the regular meeting. There was a car that Bobby knows and the mayor and the police to come over the hillside down there and went through our fence, right?
I
And-
can report on that.
Well, we got a
Okay,
thing.
so-
Tell us about the payment. Did they come through and pay the bill yet, or is that?
They have
gonna-
not paid. It has been submitted to their insurance. I'm in touch with the insurance adjuster.
Okay.
He's received the pictures. He's received the quote from Allegheny Fence. The total for the repair was $1,260. And he said it's just going to take a few weeks. So all of the paperwork, the police report, everything has gone over.
Good.
I'm
And I
just
do wanna-
waiting for payment.
All right, I do want to commend the guys. If you notice that fence down there that was all old, instead of buying all new fence down there, Bobby and the guys down there painted that fence. And painting a cyclone fence that's whatever it is, 10 foot or 12 foot high, isn't an easy thing to do. But they did. Everybody looked at it, looks really good. So that saved us a ton of money. So I just want to tell the guys they did a great job there. All right. Okay,
Mark,
so that's it
one
for
more-
me.
one-
It's about 27 after. Everybody want to take a 3 or 4 minute break in case you got to.
One question to Debbie. Debbie, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, what are we gonna do about the budget meeting?
Oh, that's on my thing. We're gonna get together next week.
Okay.
All
I
right.
was just wondering. I saw your note before. I'm just,
So for everybody else there, if you want your wish list for next year, you put it in, the budget committee will look it over and do what they can to appropriate the funds towards whatever we can do. All
Yeah,
right?
let's try to have those requests in, no
Monday.
late Monday,
By
because
Monday.
I'm having the tentative, hopefully, even if I have to take it home and work on it, we'll have a draft to give you guys to start working on.
Okay.
okay.
All right. So Monday's the deadline for that.
All right.
Okay, we'll take a couple-minute break. Okay, if you've got to take a minute or two break, anybody?
Yep.
And then we'll come back. All
All
right,
right.
2 minutes.
Stupid. What?
I guess we're back, huh?
Yeah. Patty has to unmute.
Hey, Mark,
Yes.
I got something, I'm down to like 3%. My battery's draining faster than I got it plugged in. If I could go towards the beginning for my stats, I might end up dying here.
Okay, we'll go with you first. All right.
Sure, thank you.
Okay, everybody back in?
Yep.
Yep.
Bobby isn't here yet.
Yeah, I am.
Oh, okay.
Poor Bob. Everybody's.
But I think it's great. Who has the?
No, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. Okay. All right, we ready, Melissa?
Yeah, call the meeting to order, please.
Okay, regular meeting of Porterview Borough called to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag
Of
of
the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Okay, council number 2 on the agenda, with your approval of minutes.
We have to do
Approve.
roll call.
Roll call.
Roll call.
Mr. Hale,
Here.
Mr. Janeco is absent. Mr. Lombardo,
Here.
Mr. Haresco,
Here.
Mr. Tortoris,
Here.
Mrs. Thomas,
Here,
Mr. Betters.
Here.
Also in attendance this evening are Mayor Brian Horanik, Solicitor Patricia McGrail, our engineer Don Glenn, myself, Melissa McGlory, the Borough Manager, and President. I think we have a quorum.
Okay, council number 2, what's your,
approve the minutes for the regular meeting, September 8th, 2021 at 7:30 PM.
okay, motion by Debbie. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Second by Ken. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, and then I'm going to announce that there was an executive session this evening to discuss personnel issues. Okay, next we'll go to any comments from our citizens. Melissa, do we have anyone send in anything?
Nothing more than what I gave as for information purposes, but no one that had actually signed up as a citizen to be heard.
Okay, next, our code enforcement officer. Anything new there, Melissa?
You know what? I will defer that to Ken Haresco.
Okay, Kenny?
Yeah, like I said, in the executive session, I've been attending hearings regularly. I just want to remind people, when we send out citations, the first notice you get is a warning. You get one warning, then after that you get cited for high grass or whatever. So it's up to you to cut your grass and keep your property nice, because we get one warning. That's it per season. So just please follow the rules and read your letters and know what's going on. That's it. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go into our mayor's report. Mayor?
Thank you. All I have are some statistics for the month. There were 127 total calls in September, 27 non-traffic citations, 40 total traffic citations, 3 parking tickets, 32 written warnings, 10 orange tag vehicles, and 2 vehicles tagged away. Expenses and mileage for the month. The Ford Taurus had 524 miles on it with an expense of $334.74 to replace a blower motor. The 2017 Ford Explorer had 1,735 miles with expenses of $289.33 to replace upper motor mount. And the 2019 Explorer had 1,154 miles with the expense of $578.85, which was for some fuel system work and some diagnostic stuff. I have breakdowns of all the calls for the month. If anybody would like to see them, I could share them. And I'm gonna stick around as long as I can with the power with my phone here. Thank you.
Okay, all right, next up, nothing more, Brian, on the chief's report. You gave that.
No,
right?
that's all. I combined the two together.
All right, next, our engineer's report. Dawn, Glenn?
Dawn left.
Okay, Dawn gave his report. Okay, before, all right, our solicitor's report next. This is,
Just a reminder, everyone, we have public hearings on November 3rd. And those will start at 7 o'clock.
all right,
That's all.
okay, thank you. Next, we'll go to our council committee reports. First up, I see on my screen is Greg Lombardo.
Okay, I have a couple motions here. Motion number 16, motion to ratify legal advertisement and paving specifications to Dawn Glenn Engineering.
A motion on the floor by Greg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have that, so ordered. Okay, Greg.
Okay, motion number 28, motion to ratify low bid for the CDBG 47 paving awards through Stillville Still Rivers Council of Governments to El Grande in the amount of $45,922.50 as recommended by Don Glenn Engineering.
A motion on the floor by Greg. Is there a second?
Second,
Second.
Second by Brandon.
whomever. Yeah.
Yeah.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have that, so ordered. Okay, Greg?
Okay, motion number 31, a motion to adopt ordinance 2021-642, an ordinance of the Borough of Portview, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, further amending ordinance 501, chapter 295, section 33, establishing prohibited parking in Straw Alley in the turnaround portion.
A motion on the floor by Greg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bobby. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have that, so ordered. Okay, Greg?
Okay, motion number 32, a motion to adopt ordinance 2021-641, an ordinance of the Borough of Portview, Allegheny County, Commonwealth, Pennsylvania, further amending the ordinance number 401, chapter 295, section 295-23 of the Portview Code of Ordinances, providing for the addition of a stop sign at the intersection of Reckway and Romine Avenue.
Motion on the floor by Greg. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Second by Ken. All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes have that, so ordered.
And motion number 35, to advertise for an ordinance for a one-way sign on Vermont Avenue from Trumbull down to Romine.
Okay, motion on the floor by Greg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes have that, so ordered.
What that motion, for anybody that's listening and kind of confusing, that the bottom half of Vermont Avenue, we have some residents that park there, and it's starting to get a little traffic congestion when people are trying to come down and people are trying to go up the street. So what we're going to do is the last block of Vermont Avenue, we're going to make it one way coming down. You won't be able to go up. And of course, when if you go up Trumbull, you'll be able to go up Vermont the rest of the way, because it's only the lower part of Vermont. It'll be one way.
All right, good.
So I'll
That's
be
all I have,
installing,
Mr. I'm
I'll
sorry.
install those signs tomorrow, Greg. There will be no turn signs from Romine onto Vermont, period.
It should say one way, do not enter.
Yeah,
Right.
but and there will be, at the stop signs, there will be signs, you can't turn right and you can't turn left. So there will be no turning from Romine onto Vermont.
Right. Okay,
Bobby,
and
great.
my last motion will take place later on. That's all I have.
All
You want
right.
to do it now?
Okay, motion to adjourn. No.
No seconds, we're not ready. Okay, next up, we'll go to Brandon. I see him next on my screen. Go ahead, Brandon.
All right, I got your garbage collections report for the month. Current collections it was for August. Current collections for August is $2,280. August delinquent was $2,721.60. Current collections for September was $5,410, and delinquent collections for September was $1,186.80. The fall cleanup went well. It was a big success. The new PVAA ball fields went perfect, and collected 68 televisions. And thanks to all the workers that helped out. I unfortunately couldn't help out. I was at the Erie PSAB conference, which I wanted to touch on was awesome. At my first time going to one. Ken, I got a plaque for you for your years.
Oh,
of
okay.
Pick that up. I'll get with you next week and give it to you. But I attended a lot of grant seminars while I was there and stuff like that. It was really informal. It was nice to I got to attend stuff about what Pat McGrail does too, which infatuates me. I always find that fascinating. So that was really cool to see kind of what her job in the borough is too. So thanks for letting me go. That was really neat.
It's a good conference. Yeah.
It was really nice out in Erie. The only other things I have is Christmas trees will be coming for the fire department on Black Friday after Thanksgiving. And the only other thing I have is we'll have a second canine in the borough once Snoopy's done. I got Snoopy worked out so well. We went out and got another setter to add to the K9 team. So just something cool to report on.
Thank you.
Nice.
Snoopy's gonna
What
have a
did you
girlfriend.
name them?
Legend.
Okay.
Legend.
That was the name I wanted Snoopy to be, but I lost the battle.
So I had to get another dog. Okay.
All right. Do you have any motions, Brandon, now or no?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Motion number 17, motion to authorize Glen Engineering to prepare bid specification and advertisement for demolition at 1818 Tacoma Avenue, 1820 Tacoma, 1124 Burbank Road, and 1706 New York Avenue.
Okay, motion on the floor by Brandon. Is there a second?
I'll second it, Greg.
Second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have that, so ordered.
Motion number 18, motion to authorize and award KU Resources the performance and asbestos survey at 1818 Tacoma Avenue, 1820 Tacoma, 1124 Burbank Road, and 1706 New York Avenue in the amount of $550 per unit.
Okay, motion's on the floor by Brandon. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Second by Ken. All in favor, say aye.
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 Nays, ayes have that, so ordered. Okay, Brandon?
Motion number 24, motion to ratify all departmental and intergovernmental transfers during the month of September 2021.
Okay, motion on the floor by Brandon. Is there a second?
Second by Greg.
Second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have that, so ordered.
25, motion to accept the monthly report for September 2021 as presented.
Motion on the floor by Brandon. Is there a second?
Second by Greg.
Ken.
What's that? Which one?
Either one, Ken or Greg, whatever.
Second by Greg. We'll give it to Greggy. All in favor, say aye.
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 Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, Brandon?
The only other one I have is motion number 33, motion to ratify quote and contract to Flynn Environmental Incorporated in the amount of $10,500 for the removal of the 2-compartment underground storage tanks enclosure as recommended by Glen Engineering.
Okay, is there a motion on the floor by Brandon? Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have that, so ordered.
That's it, President.
That's it for Brandon. Let me go to my next page. Next up, I see Ken Oresco.
Thank you, sir. I got one question for Melissa. In our packet, there was a request to go to a school for taser instruction, but there's nobody's name on it. Who wants to go?
Chris Adams.
Yeah.
Is this like the same thing before? I don't, okay.
What happened, Ken? I thought that our part-time officer, he said he was willing,
To
Brian,
teach,
to
right.
do them all. Did you ever
That's
talk
what
to
I
him,
thought too.
Brandon? Brian?
No, I never talked to him about it.
Yeah, why don't you talk to him? He's one of your officers, the part-timer. He said he's trained, he has certificates in, he'd be happy to do it.
I will
What?
get to the bottom.
And our full timer to do this. I'm not understanding. That makes absolutely no sense to me.
What?
Why don't we train our full-time officer to do this rather than a part-timer we just hired?
Well, No. That ain't what I'm saying, Brandon. We do want to train our full-time and our part. It's just the part-time officer has the degree to be able to do it, and he was willing to do it.
Yeah, that's fine. Are we still going to send Chris if he wants to go?
Well,
No,
that's what they want him to train Chris.
If this part-time officer will train all of our full-time officers in part-time, then they can all get trained by him.
Yeah, but what if this part-timer doesn't work out? He's only been here for a month or so, 2 months, however
well-
long. Train our
Well,
full.
that's why I asked the mayor to ask him if he's willing to do it and if they want to set up a class. As soon as we get that answer, we'll move forward otherwise.
Okay, all right.
All right?
Yeah, okay.
Go ahead, Ken.
All right, well, the class is October 29th, so.
Okay, well,
We better rush.
Brian, get an answer for us in the next couple days.
Yeah, I'll call him tonight.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead.
thank you.
And
Sure.
let Ken,
All right, I got the fire report for September 2021. Vigilant Hose Company number 1 responded to 15 total responses. 1 water condition inside the resident, 1 mutual aid to Purcell's Borough for a natural gas leak, 1 public service detail, 1 natural gas leak, 2 automatic fire alarm activations, residential in nature, 1 mutual aid to the city of McKeesport for a disabled boat on the Yawk River, 1 mutual aid to the Borough of West Mifflin requesting our drone division to search for a missing person. Motor vehicle crash, mutual aid to Purcell's Borough for an automatic fire alarm activation. 2 EMS first respond details, 1 residential structure fire, 1 assist EMS with lift, 1 mutual aid to the city of McKeesport for residential structure fire. In addition to the above calls, various members completed basic ropes and rigging courses as well as essentials of firefighting modules 1 and 2. 2 more members also obtained the advanced rescue diver certificate. Thank you, gentlemen, again, as always. Wonderful job.
Thanks, Ken.
Agreed.
Okay, I got a rad tax. We've been doing great on rad tax money. You know, that's that 1% extra we pay in the county. And our community's doing pretty well. We're getting some money for that, so keep it up. Let's see, I got some motions. Motion number 12. Motion ratifying distribution of foreign fire insurance tax to the Vigilant Hose Company number 1 Relief Association in the amount of $13,520.24.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second by Greg.
Second, all in favor, say aye.
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 Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Go ahead.
Okay, motion to adopt the resolution number 2021-025, amending fee schedule, resolution number 2021-021 to increase municipal no lien letter to $40.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second.
Bobby, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered.
Okay, motion number 21, motion to approve and deposit state aid funding in the amount of $15,707.84 into the general municipal pension fund for payment of the 2021 reimbursement of the Teamsters pension plan for December 2021, with any excess to be deposited into the police pension fund.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bobby. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay.
Number 22, motion to advertise public hearings for the condemnation and legal clearances for the 1801 New York Avenue, 1027 Lau Avenue, 1106 Monroe Avenue, 1822 Trimble Avenue, and 1425 Washington Boulevard.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, so ordered.
Okay, motion number 26. Motion to authorize donation in the amount of $250 to the Michael J. Lupinacci Memorial Golf Tournament to help defer costs of the ballistic vest and equipment for police officers.
Okay, motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brandon. All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes, ayes have that, so ordered.
Just to add to this, this is a golf outing that Lincoln Borough does in honor of their ex-police chief. And then they offer monies towards vests for our police officers. So it's a good cause. So I want to thank Lincoln Borough for that. Okay, number 34, motion to reimburse Vigilant Hose Company number 1 for emergency lights on the 2006 Silverado in the amount of $532.84.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second, Greg.
Second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes, ayes have it, so ordered.
Okay, my last is number 38, motion to ratify resolution 2021-027, slums and blight for vacant and dilapidated structures located within the borough of Portview, and whereas such structures constitute a health and safety hazard to residents.
Okay, motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bobby. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes, ayes have that, so ordered. Okay,
And that's all I have, sir. Thank you.
okay, next up I see is Bobby.
Oh. First of all, I had quite a lengthy report we did at the workshop. There was one thing I did leave out. I want to put some new lighting on the borough building. I'm going to use the new tape lighting, which is an LED thing that we put up, and hopefully it's supposed to stay up and it changes colors, so we could do it for every holiday and won't have to keep replacing them with the old wired up lights. So I'm going to experiment on the Borough building with them and see how it works. If it works good, then we'll do the police station later and maybe the pavilion and the rec center down the road.
That's
Cost of
easier.
the cost is not, if anything, the same as it's going to cost me to run new lights up there anyhow. So it's going to be in the $150 to $200 range to do the whole Borough building.
All right.
So
You'll be
hopefully
in
it'll
good
look good.
spot.
And also, I want to shout out to Brandon and the fire department for that abandoned, not abandoned, but disabled boat. That came from my place, and that was one of our public officials' boats. I'm not going to name his name, and he appreciates it very much. He ran aground, and we got him off with the help of the fire department and the rescue boat. We were able to pull the boat to safety, and unfortunately, it sunk the next morning. So down at my place, and the fire department helped us, and Murraysville came in and helped us raise the boat. And this public official is very grateful to our fire department for their help.
Good job.
Okay. Like I said, most of the stuff I reported on earlier, so I'll do my motions.
Go ahead.
First one, number 14. Motion to approve the official change order request by Elvis Electric in the amount of $2,680 for receptacles and electrical work for the proposed kitchen in the rec center, which was not part of the original contract, as recommended by Don Glenn Engineering to be paid from the U.S. Steel Project Fund.
Okay, motion on the floor by Bobby. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, Bobby?
And number 23, motion to ratify and authorize payment to Sports and Recreation Associates LLC for 4 8-foot benches with backs in the amount of $3,532.80.
A motion on the floor by Bob. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Second by Ken. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have that, so ordered.
Number 27, motion to ratify the acceptance of the recreation facility and accept the final punch list and conclusions dated September 16, 2021, as recommended by Don Glenn Engineering.
A motion on the floor by Bob. Is there a second?
Second by
Greg.
Ken.
Hey, guys, is this impacted by what Dawn had to say earlier?
No.
Okay,
All right. Okay, motion by Bob, second by, I don't know,
Ken.
Greg.
Ken, Greg, whatever.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Ayes have it, so ordered. Okay,
So it's
Bob.
officially our building. There we go.
Yes.
Motion 29. Motion to authorize and ratify the proposal from Barrier Protection Systems Incorporated for the access control system for the recreation facility in the amount of $3,219.45 from the U.S. Steel Fund, Project Fund.
A motion on the floor by Bob. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Greg.
Second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered.
I got number 37, motion to ratify concurring resolution 2021-026, formally requesting CDBG 48 funding for demolition of 1818 Tacoma, 1820 Tacoma, 1706 New York Avenue, and 1109 Norwood Avenue.
Okay, motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Greg.
Greg seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, Bobby.
All right, motion number 39, motion to ratify the proposal from the Allegheny Fence Company to install the panic bar for the main gate from Rec Center building and wall in the amount of $1,080 and a 10-foot by 10-foot gate at the basketball court in the amount of $2,140 from the U.S. Steel Project Fund.
Motion on the floor by Bob. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes,
Well, let me clarify, Mark, for those who aren't aware of the panic bar thing, that's the gate that blocks everything around the back of the building. And instead of locking it, we put a panic bar because that is one of our fire exits to get out of the building. You have to come around the back and just push on the panic bar, opens the gate.
all right,
So
good.
everyone knows. And that's all I have, Mr. President.
All right. Next up, we'll go to Debbie.
Thank you, Mr. President. The
You're welcome.
September I can't talk today. September tax collection, the current is $2,528.06. The September delinquent collection is $2,439.39. On the agenda tonight, we're going to turn over 135 delinquent real estate taxes from 2008 to be liened by Keystone. And we're going to start working next week. We're going to have a budget committee to work on the budget for 2022. And that's about it. I just got my motions.
All right.
Number 11, motion to adopt resolution number 2021-022, authorizing the payment of bills and wages incurred during the month of September 2021.
Okay, motion on the floor by Debbie. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered.
Number 13, motion to authorize Keystone Collections to file 135 real estate liens for 2018 in the amount of $8,100.
Okay, motion on the floor by Deb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Bobby. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered.
Number 19, motion to ratify concurring resolution number 2021-023, authorizing the filing of an application by Still Rivers Council of Governments for funding for the street reconstruction with the Redevelopment Authority of Allegheny County in the amount of $306,724 from the Gaming Economic Tourism Fund.
Motion on the floor by Debbie. Is there a second?
Second by Ken.
Second by Ken. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have it, so ordered.
Number 20, motion to ratify concurring resolution number 2021-024, authorizing the file of an application by Still Rivers Council of Governments for funding for the blight demolition redevelopment authority of Allegheny County in the amount of $168,000 from the Gaming Economic Tourism Fund.
A motion on the floor by Debbie. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Brandon. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Nays, ayes have that, so ordered. Okay, then.
And number 36, motion to ratify concurring resolution 2021-028, formally requesting CBG 48 funding for streets reconstruction of Crossland Avenue, Block Alley, and Dover Alley.
Okay, motion on the floor by Deb. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Greg.
Second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, so ordered.
That's all I have, Mr. President. Thank you.
Okay, next we'll go to our borough manager, Melissa. Do you have anything you want to touch base at the regular meeting on?
Yeah, Doug, and I mentioned this during the workshop. Doug just wanted me to do a few little announcements for him, and that's about Minifield, and hopefully those two properties, 1726 Romine Rear and 1483 Romine, will be coming down within the next couple of weeks. He wanted me to let everybody know we're forging ahead with demolition of blighted properties, working through the asbestos procedures, and wanted to thank Don Glenn for working with Melissa and putting together the grant for the demolition. He also stated that if you get a survey random call, because we have to do all the surveys for the CDBG 48, not to be alarmed, that it is the borough office and it will be me calling to do the surveys so that we can get those applications in within the next few weeks. And that's the end of Doug's report and mine as well. Thank you.
Marky, excuse me, did we do number 30?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. I
I
don't
We
didn't
didn't
see it
do
checked
number
off
30.
either. Ken, go ahead. You want to do it? I don't know.
Sure. Number 30, motion to adopt ordinance 2021-643, an ordinance of the Borough of Port View, County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing the President of Council on behalf of the Borough of Port View to enter into an intergovernmental cooperation agreement or agreements with other participating municipalities and taxing jurisdictions of Allegheny County for the purpose of joining the Tri-Cog Land Bank.
A motion on the floor by Ken. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Debbie. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Nays, ayes have it, so ordered. Okay, and with that, for those that maybe weren't in on the executive session or workshop, the County of Allegheny Elections Department is looking for anybody that would be interested in, they have to be a registered voter from the Borough of Port View or even other municipalities. It don't have to be the Borough of Port View. If you're interested in working the election at the polls, please contact the Borough Manager, Melissa, the mayor, or myself. And they need poll workers inside where the election canvassing is going on. And they also need a couple judge of elections. The pay is like $150 for the poll workers and $175 for the judge of elections, plus another $20 to just go on the computer and get a tutorial on how to do the job. And you don't have to worry too much. There's other people that'll be there that will help you out also. So if anybody's interested, they really need workers. They're down about 8 people. So just try to contact right away to get set up if you want to do that job. And with that, just tell everybody, yeah, get your wish list together for the budget. Like you heard, they'll be calling a meeting on that. And Bobby for the recreation center is doing a good job getting the kitchen and everything ready. So hopefully that'll be done very shortly. We're going to schedule an opening day as soon as we get the final answer on the plaques. Hopefully that'll be right around the 1st of December. And then we can get this thing open and everybody can come in and see how nice a facility we have in the borough. Okay. And with that, council, what's your pleasure at this time?
I got number 40, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second by Ken, meeting adjourned. Everybody have a nice, safe night. Thank you.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night.
Night, everybody.